Okay, everybody. So this is a compilation of all the crazy things I've seen showing houses the last few years. You just never know what you're going to see when you're showing a house. And I tell you what, by far, the craziest thing I've seen is this one you're looking at right here. We were looking at a house, and my client went up under this kind of half crawl space they had, and he shined his light in there, and he just about screamed out, and he's like, "You guys got to see what the..." He wasn't even sure at first what he was looking at. I mean, from a distance, and this is zoomed in a little bit, from a distance you couldn't tell if it was like a real body or what was going on. So I assume it was some sort of Halloween decoration, but we still haven't figured it out for sure. So anyway, I hate to give you one of the best ones up front, but I mean, that thing was that was freaky. That was my favorite one so far. And let me see here. I can't get my slides to move forward. What's going on? Oh, there we go. So this was a bathroom. This is one of the first houses I ever showed. I thought it looked like a murder scene. They basically sponge painted the whole thing red, but when you see it in the whole bathroom, oh, it turned my stomach. I don't know how they lived in there. This might not be that impressive when you see the photo, but when you walk in the house by yourself and this thing is off in the corner, it catches your eye and it's a little freaky. So, and it was life size. These are shelves someone screwed to the wall. I assume they had some knickknacks on there or something. I mean, you don't put shelves as art, I don't think, but I've never seen someone just screw crappy looking shelves to the wall. This I just thought was interesting because they obviously made like a custom sink and put the valves out in the actual counter. I've never seen that. Just kind of bizarre to me. This was a live bat. I don't know if it was a baby or if this is how big they are full grown. It was only about maybe 3 inches long at most. To me, it was like a baby, but maybe that's all the bigger they get. I actually have video of it flying around this unfinished basement. We left the door open, and eventually we think it left, but my clients did buy the house. This I just thought was odd. Why would you have a toilet in the same room as your hot tub? There was no shower. It wasn't a bathroom that I could tell, and it had the seat up just like that when we found it. It was just kind of odd. Huge porch was my caption for this one. Not my listing, but my clients did end up buying the house. That porch is as small as it looks. It's like 2.5 feet wide. Not sure what you could do with it, but I guess it added to the look of the house. I've seen a couple of really small ceiling fans. This was a small one that was also dirty. It was a really bad like foreclosure we looked at. But then this was another one in a nicer house. And of course, I put my hand in there so people could see the scale of the fan. And then I had friends posting stuff like this on Facebook saying, yeah, look, small fan. But they were obviously playing games with me. This is a terrible picture because it's so blurry, but you can see the shelf is mounted an inch from the ceiling. I think of these as shelves, but someone later told me that, of course, they're also for hanging clothes, and I'm sure they just wanted to hang clothes up high. So, but at the time I thought, who the heck hangs a shelf like an inch from the ceiling? This was, I think the picture's creepier than the fact that the wedding dress was the only thing left in the house. This was a foreclosure we looked at too. My client hung the dress out and said, what the heck's going on here? Only thing we found in the house was the wedding dress. This was the first time I ever saw a prop. I thought it was a real TV until I looked closer, but when they were staging the house, they just used a prop TV. The thing was probably plastic and cost almost nothing. This was an outside rug that had been there so long that moss had basically overtaken the surface of it. Literally like a moss rug at that point. This impressed me. 100-pound dumbbell. I mean, I did have 60. Actually, I do have 60s myself, but I don't even use them anymore. I can't imagine using hundreds. And then I saw 150-pound dumbbells at a friend's gym a few months later. So this, I don't know if this is an impressive picture or not, but in person, you know, over on the back here, if you can see my mouse, I guess they had like a bar set up. It looks to me like some sort of saloon, Texas saloon type thing. I don't know. I thought it was interesting to find this in someone's basement. A lot of wood and paneling work in a basement. This someone manufactured their own closet light. This black thing right here is a button that when you shut the door, it turns the light out. Who knows whether that would catch fire at some point. I certainly wouldn't leave it there, but it was an interesting, ingenious way to create a light, I guess. This was, I don't know if you can see it in person, but this was creepy. These stairs came up out of a bathroom, and they're about 2 feet off the bathroom floor before you even get to the steps, and they're in like a weird looking closet. You can see the doors there. So you open the closet, you find steps. You got to crawl up these steps, and you find what's like a coffin up in there. I mean, it was almost like going up in the Great Pyramid or something. Anyway, that was kind of creepy, and it was hot up in there, and I don't know what they were doing, but just a disco switch plate that I thought was funny. And then I see these in rehabs once in a while, stuff like this where someone didn't move the vent. They went ahead and just, it's half under the wall or something. Anyway, worth taking a picture. And here, I know this isn't code. I'm hoping they fixed it later, but you don't drywall in a meter. I thought that was kind of funny. Someone drywalled in the meter. You're supposed to be able to pull the meters. In case something goes wrong or in case you need a new meter. And that's an old meter, so someday they're going to want to put a brand new meter in there. And then this, just to wrap up, man, low-hanging. A friend of mine bought this house. This is a low-hanging fixture. Look how sharp those points are. That is my blood right off of my head. So I learned to, I actually banged into it a couple more times, but it only caught my blood once. So be careful out there. Anyway, if you want to look for your own interesting things, give me a call. We'll look at some houses if you're in the market. And hope you enjoyed this, and talk to you soon.